Okay, now let's do it from the top with WordPress Direct, because it's very important. There are a couple of very key issues that I want to go through with you. The first issue which people expressed concern with was the terms of service. And look, that was just the intent, and what was actually written were two very different things. They're being completely rewritten and changed. Any content that you create is, of course, your content. Of course it's your content. However, if you are using the free domains which WordPress Direct provide, you have to be aware that there are conditions. No porn, no gambling, no anything of a questionable nature, no spamming, all of those sorts of things. So when you're hosting your content on somebody else's domain, you have to play by their rules. Fair enough. That's what happens with Screw. Which is why this year we wanted to take the social networking and social media critics head on and show that we could actually rank for a completely new and fresh domain with a completely new domain, new blog, new everything, using the power of these tools. And that's actually what we're teaching you to do. So the ultimate will definitely be use your own domain, your own URL, your own hosting service, wherever that happens to be in the world. As long as it has what's called cPanel. Now, again, if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. But if you do have a hosting service that is cPanel compliant, then you'll be able to use WordPress Direct. WordPress Direct is an installation service. It's got nothing. Once it's installed on your blog, you could never have to go back to WordPress Direct again. You could run it like a WordPress blog. You can do all of those things. It's all absolutely up to you. So you can absolutely get that all sorted out as well. So terms of service, and in terms of ownership, you own the blog. And again, just to be absolutely crystal clear, should you, at the end of the 30-day challenge, not want to go on with it, or you want to do something else, or you don't want to continue, or at some point in the future you don't want to continue a WordPress Direct subscription, everything that you've created on your sites is yours. It's a deployment system. So that's why it's yours to have, you forever. We would never ever do anything inside the 30-day challenge which ties you to having to somehow trick you into paying money at some point down the track. That's not how we do things here. It's not the case. So we just wanted to make those two things extremely clear. Now, and of course, I should also say, just in case this wasn't completely apparent, I certainly have mentioned it in pre-season shows and so on, should you decide down the track, and it's only down the track, you do not need to spend a cent with WordPress Direct, Market Samurai, or anything else for that matter, to successfully complete the 30-day challenge. You just do not need to spend money. If you do spend money, as I've said in pre-season this year, we will be compensated for that. And we make no apologies for it. We're up to about 10 terabytes a day of download. Now you go to S3, you do a lookup on how much it costs per day to deliver 10 terabytes of data, and you'll see that we're not making money out of this. All we're doing is covering the bandwidth costs of what we're doing, and we made the decision to do that this year. So, you know, conspiracy theorists, sorry. It's just everything's above board, everything is up front. You do not have to spend a single cotton cent to succeed in the challenge this year, and that is the way. Is that a decaterabyte? 1 decaterabyte. That's funny. Alright, membership plans. There's a little bit of confusion on the forum about this, and I hate talking about this because I don't want to talk about spending money in the 30-day challenge, because as I just pointed out, you do not have to spend a single zack, not one solitary cent. I don't want to force you to do anything, but there is one element of confusion which is causing a lot of confusion, and we just need to clarify it. So, look, Marty writes, there's a $1 silver 30-day trial offer for the 30-day challenges. That will become, if you decide to continue on, a $37 a month subscription until you cancel it. Now, be very, very clear. Be absolutely crystal clear here. There's nobody else in the world will be able to get that price. That's a special negotiated price which we did, which again we didn't really want to talk about because it's not the point of the 30-day challenge. I don't want you to spend money. I want you to make some money. I don't want you to spend anything. Do you? Can I be clearer? Can I be crystal clear? Okay? So, that's the lowest price anybody will ever pay for a silver membership, which is absolutely right. Any offers you see in the real world, once WordPress Direct is launched to the general public, will be a lot more. If you want a silver membership, then the 30-day challenge link is the right place to go. Now, here's the problem. The confusion in the thread is that there's a $77 a month gold membership offer. Now, this is, of course, what happens when Edge membership... Oh, and look, so many immediate Edges who are people who are professionals. They are professional internet marketers who are in Dan and my coaching program, and they help out during the 30-day challenge. Most people, it's like going to pre-season, dare I say it, a trip to Mecca. It's our way of getting back to remembering what it was like to start. Now, there's a lot of people there helping, and somehow it got onto the 30-day challenge forum, which I'm very apologetic about, that there are other levels of membership as well, one of which we offered to them, which would be very appropriate to people inside the immediate Edge. And that's where this gold thing comes from. 30-day challenges, you do not need to worry about it. However, Marty writes, just to clarify, in fact, it was so important to me that people don't spend money that we actually hid it from 30-day challenges. We didn't want 30-day... There are two different sites. You do not access this offer as part of the 30-day challenge, since, as Marty quite rightly points out, I drummed him over the head to say that you're not allowed to make offers during the event. Absolutely correct. We will, however, offer to free and silver members before the end of their trials after the 30-day challenge is over. So, you don't need to worry about it. If you decide WordPress Direct is the bee's knees and very useful to you, good on you, your choice after the 30-day challenge. So that's that. We've talked about cancellation. I'll just read what Marty has to say for the record, just so we're absolutely clear. All sites hosted by you are yours forever. Even if we host them, don't worry, your sites will not be destroyed if you cancel. They'll remain exactly as they are when you cancelled your membership. However, if we host them, you will not have FTP access to them. Well, that makes absolute sense. If the system cannot rebill you because you've cancelled your billing in PayPal, it will suspend your account and you'll not have access until we reassign you as a free member. You'll still be able to file a support ticket while suspended or to reinstate your account at a future time if you wish. Makes complete sense. While suspended, you can still change the site using your WordPress WP admin area of your blog, and that's just the standard way people update WordPress blogs. But you'll no longer be able to modify it by WordPress Direct, which is the super cool, easy way of doing it. Your sites are normal WordPress sites on your hosting, so you can freely FTP and install any plugins, any themes you want at any time. Finally, if cancelled, any automatic posting done using our software will stop functioning. And we haven't even talked about auto posting. We're not going to be talking about auto posting anytime soon, so don't even worry about that last sentence. Okay, there you go. That's WordPress Direct. Now, here's my editorial piece on the WordPress Direct, and I'm going to give you a little piece of information. Normally, I don't talk numbers on the 30-day challenge because it's not about me. It's about you and making your dollar. But suffice to say that they have had over 20,000 websites created on what's it called? What is it? Topic. The topic site. Oh no, we're Topicster. Thank you. There are already over 20,000 sites being created. That's extraordinary by any stretch of the imagination. That is absolutely extraordinary by any stretch of the imagination. So, that is, I just want to give you, they really are under the pump. And dear, Emily, who's that, the lovely lady who's on the front page video of the WordPress, it's actually her birthday on Friday, and they'll all be working over the weekends. There is no leave, so maybe they're suggesting they're going to have a birthday party in at the office, and maybe you want to make it a Boston 30-day challenge meetup. So they are working round the clock. There are a lot of it's funny, it's a very different support issue to Market Samurai. With Market Samurai, it's understanding, admittedly, some quite tricky concepts, particularly if you're just brand new. With WordPress Direct, it's different. The concepts are easy. It's more the execution in terms of, does this work with my service? Does this work with my particular host? And so it's a different type of response mechanism. It's much easier to respond to education questions because you can cut and paste the answer effectively. Whereas for the WordPress Direct gang, to find out if it works with, my, Farnarkle hosting service, they actually have to check it out. So it takes more time. So please give some, give them some slack and give them some time so that we can do that, please. Okay, so that is all, I think, with WordPress Direct. Okay, very good. I noticed somebody actually mentioned, and this is extremely cool, particularly if you follow Chinese culture at all, is today in Australia it's 080808, which is, according to Chinese, a lot of people in particular from Chinese backgrounds believe that is the luckiest day of the century. Of course, the Beijing Olympics will start, well, in our time later on today, and it's it's considered the most lucky day of the century. So if you're struggling with your word phrase, I'd like to think that 080808 could be your lucky day. I'd be doing a lot of market research on 080808. I'm not particularly into the woo-woo stuff, but I've got to tell you, hey, no, 8 is an extremely lucky number in sort of China. Like you have a look, do a fascinating fact. No matter what state you are in the United States or here in Australia or indeed even the UK, the number plates which fetch the most amount of money are the ones with the eights on them. So so that's in fact, we've got a heap of people doing the 30-day challenge from Chinese backgrounds. They will know it far better than I, but I just thought it was an interesting fact, and I thought, hey, some of us could use some market research help, so why not apply a bit of 080808 power to the whole 30-day challenge process. It's very, very cool. So good day for a lottery ticket. Not into gambling and lottery, but hey, if it floats your boat, then that'd be a good day. I think casinos around the world will literally be doing a flying trade on Friday. So it's just interesting facts. We just try to keep you updated with everything that's interesting and all those sorts of things. Jeremy, thank you, Jeremy. You know it better than I, and it's a huge huge day everywhere. So, and of course with the Olympics and everything on that day, it's going to be just fascinating. I can't wait. I'll be up on the 30-day challenge forum watching the opening ceremony. That's for sure. Let's have a look. Okay, so we've done WordPress Direct. We've talked 080808. Now, segueing beautifully into the theme. Although this is actually no, it's not a beautiful segue at all. In fact, that would have been a car accident segue for those of you who know history. Let's talk Noble Samurai. Okay, let's got a Jeremy will know what I mean. The opening, by the way, I suspect tonight's opening ceremony will be absolutely spectacular. So let's have the Olympics I'm talking about, by the way. Now, Brett writes, many users have reported that they're receiving no traffic detected when generating keywords in Market Samurai version 0.57. We just want to say, don't panic. Your copy of Market Samurai is working fine. It's not a bug, and I'm just reading from the email here. And you'll be able to continue your research. Rather, this message is caused by Google temporarily not having data available for some keywords. What does this mean? Well, it happens that this is being caused by a huge data update happening at Google right now, where billions of keywords are literally receiving huge amounts of new data, and this is very exciting. It's called Google Insight And we're still doing analysis here while trying to do this little thing called the 30-day challenge, but it looks absolutely fantabulous. So this is a good thing. But unfortunately, what it does mean is while the updates are in progress, keywords will not show any data. And again, they've got to replicate this process some ridiculously huge amount of time. So let's have a look. While the update is in progress, some keywords will not show any data. Marketers are dubbing this Google Starve. As a result, some keywords not showing data, the SEO organic traffic tools in Market Samurai may not receive data for a little while until those keywords have been updated in Google's system. So, how do you gather and analyze traffic for keywords until then? Well, good news. Market Samurai was built with two separate highly accurate tools for measuring keyword traffic. First is SEO traffic and the second is AdWords traffic. Now it goes on to list a technique. I'm not going to read it out because it's a bit pointless, but no doubt this will be posted onto the forum. Okay, Michael. And it's... yeah, we'll post that onto the forum. We'll make it a sticky post so you can see that. Now, what I really wanted to say is there is an excellent video on this whole topic. And again, we'll make this sticky and we'll put a link up in the forum. For Noble Samurai, they've just basically, Brent and Eugene have done a video for you explaining the phenomenon, showing you how to use the AdWords section and the little modifications you need to do that, and that is fantastic. Let's have a look. So there we are. So it just goes on to say at the end of the email, stay tuned for more great features. Already the Samurai team has stocked its fridge full of Pepsi Max. Thank goodness. And it's putting the final touches on the next tools to be released into Market Samurai, ready for the 30-day challenge. These will be arriving in the coming weeks of the challenge, that's right, so watch your inbox. So, very cool. So, there you have it. We've got all of those explanations there. Brought you up to date with the tools. Okay, we've talked 0808. Now, the other thing I wanted to do, a lot of people on the forums asking for analysis, which is cool. That is a great way, and that's one of the things I love about the Market Samurai tool, is you can take screenshots and get people to analyze the numbers without even, you don't have to reveal any niches or anything or keywords. People can just look at the raw numbers and give a viewpoint. The one thing there is, it's a rule, and we're in a little amnesty period here at the moment, but I'm about to, as I say with the most love in the world, drop the hammer. Is that when you're posting your analysis, it's absolutely cool. We want you to post your analysis. It's a cool thing to do because it gives practice for everybody. However, there is a rule, and that rule is that you must provide your own analysis as part of the process, because if we don't ask you to do that, we're not teaching you anything. We're just, you must provide your own feedback. It doesn't matter if you're completely wrong, at least you've had a crack at it. And so that's the rule. Now, moderators, not quite yet, but very shortly, will be instructed to delete versions of the people who put up analysis without providing their version of the analysis first. At the moment, we're just doing a little lovely friendly warnings, as Caro so beautifully does. But that is what we want to do. See, okay, that may be not how it works on all forums, but 30-day challenge is not all forums. This is about getting you guys to learn new skills. And the only way you can learn a new skill is not by reading about it, not by watching others do it, it's by doing it yourselves, okay? So even if your analysis is, well, geez, I've looked at this and there seems to be a lot of more green than red or yellow, but I'm worried about this is what's causing me to doubt myself, that would be the perfect way to do it, okay? Perfect, excellent, and thumbs up, and then, everybody on the forum is very keen to help out and provide excellent analysis, I must say. So that's the way to do it. That way we can do that. Also, make mention that Dan, Lord help us, Dan is going to be taking the reins of the show on Sunday night. Yep, it's not going to be unfortunately, the man candy that is Ed Dale is going to be replaced by Dan Rain on Sunday night. And Dan is going to host a huge Q&A session. And unbelievably, Dan actually knows what he's talking about as opposed to me. So that is going to be a huge super session. It's going to be question and answer. What an awesome opportunity to get stuff analyzed, niches, all of a sudden, all that sort of stuff. Beautiful opportunity. Dan the man, live and untethered Sunday night. So there's no show tomorrow night. You've got 2 nights off. No show Friday night. No show on Saturday night, and you'll actually have a rest day on Sunday. There'll be no new content. We will be asking you to do a little check of your analysis, but that's all. Nothing too taxing. And then Sunday night, Dan the Man Rain will be taking over the show, and he'll be doing the whole Q&A mega session. So it's going to be, oh, very good. Dan's taking the reins. That's excellent. That's the blog post headline. Note to self. Very good. So there we are. Oh, now I mentioned something there that I wanted to remind you guys of. Oh, yeah. Very important, I hope. Remember way back in day one. Doesn't it seem like a long time ago? Only a week ago. But day one, we got you to put in your niches inside Google Reader. I hope, and if you haven't been, start doing it now. Make sure you're having a real good read. I'm still getting crochet updates. Who knew the world of crochet could be so filled with intrigue, danger, espionage? Who knew that crochet could be so exciting? But I've been getting my crochet daily updates, and I have been fascinated. So I'd like you to make sure, because as we get into generating content, you're going to need to make sure that you're getting information fed into your brain so that you can generate the content out. Fabulous book by a very cranky man, Robert McKee. It's called Story. Just mentions, and he's absolutely right, that the only reason people can't write and they experience writer's block is because they haven't got enough inputs, they haven't got enough research in. So it's very important for you to start to really go through those reader feeds that you've been getting and really start to read it, absorb that information. Remember your Google Notebook trick that I showed you. Anywhere where you see a wow fact that you think, oh, that's interesting, oh, that makes me, that made me think, remember, highlight it, right click, save to your notebook. Brilliant. And by the act of doing that, we'll have embedded it in your head, which is just brilliant. I'm getting you to do a whole bunch of sneaky stuff which you don't even realize. So thank you, Master of the Links there, much appreciated. So let's have a look. McKee is a hero, but he's a very angry man. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Okay, we've done that. Talked about the readers, analysis. We've done that. We've talked about the shows. I think we're pretty good. Has somebody been popping up the Q&A links? Ah, thank you, Nez. Look at that. It's like we have a connection, Team Edge. They're amazing. They're an amazing bunch of people. So we're going to go to our break. That'll be it for the show. I won't see. Oh, that's right. Just briefly. Very exciting time. People may have been doing little checks on our vintage electric guitar blog and wondering why it hasn't appeared in the search engines. It's because we haven't told anybody about it yet. And day 8 will be all about... Day 8's a very, very exciting day. We've got you to install your analytics, right? And so we're all ready to go. We are literally poised, to use the Olympic analogy, at the starter's line. We have got ready, we have got set, and day 8 is all about pulling that trigger and hitting go. We're going to pull the trigger. We're going to use some very clever sites to alert Google to our presence. And then we're going to sit back and watch when the magic happens. Who knows when the magic is going to happen? As Rachel Hunter, the great Rachel Hunter, once said, it won't happen overnight, but it will happen. So, very, very exciting. So that's why we thought there's no better day in the century, apparently, than 08 to pull the trigger to start getting traffic and let Google know, and let's start our assault on the search engines. It's going to be very, very exciting. Is pull the trigger a funny phrase? I didn't think it was that funny. I'm not sure why pull the trigger is... I use lots of innuendo, but pull my finger. Now that's of course, as an uncle, that's one of the most important things that you need to teach your nieces and nephews. You know, come here, pull Uncle Ed's finger. Doesn't everybody do that? I'm sure everybody does that. Thank you, Steve. I tried my best on the... I'm not the best at accents. I thought it was sort of started off New Zealander and ended somewhere towards Pakistan. But hey, what can you do? All right. Andrew Nez is too refined. That is just that's an outright lie. I didn't say... I said pull the trigger, not pull my finger. Can we make that clear? Pull the trigger. My accent is not that bad. All right, folks. Commercial break time, and then we will come back after the jump with your questions and answers. Hurrah! Hooray! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yay! Hooray! Hurrah! Don't forget Dan. It's Dan the man. Dan is taking the reins of the show Sunday night.